So the strange cricket noise, you're going to have to ask your guides what that is. Honestly, I am not too sure what that is. That could be one of several things, and I'm not picking up on anything in particular right now for that. So ask your guides what that is to give you more. So anytime you hear that, say to them, what does that mean? What is this? Can you give me more? And wait for them to answer. Not years or anything. Just give them like a minute to answer. But ask them clarifying questions so you can get to the bottom of what that noise is. Maybe it's just like an energetic noise and it really doesn't mean anything, or maybe they're just trying to tell you something more. But sometimes it's hard to discern what is correct because of the back and forth, right? So that's the biggest challenge we have. So when spirit is talking to you, it's always going to feel more loving and kind and usually direct, and sometimes the verbiage is off just a little bit, or the wording feels maybe a little bit what's the word, like a choppy or something. I don't know if choppy is the right word, like like slightly more broken, because they're not used to using language, right? So they're used to communicating psychically. So sometimes to finding the right words, they just find like the closest right word, and it doesn't flow as beautifully as, maybe a human using language. So that's what it sounds like for them. And it always has a sense of peace and truth about it. Whenever human brain is talking to you, which is going to be the other side of the back and forth that you're feeling, human brain doesn't always sound like this, but if it does sound like this, it's 100% human brain. If it sounds pressured or quick or panicky or any kind of like negative lower vibration to it, anything like that, it's going to definitely be human brain, because spirit literally cannot talk like that. They literally just like love and light. So if you ask your guides a question and the answer is like, hey, yeah, you got to go do that right now if you want to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish, they're going to say it from a place of love, like, hey, let's go, let's do that right now. If that's where you want to go, we're going to do that right now. It's time to go do it. Whereas human brain would be like, oh my God, if you don't go do right now, everything's going to unravel and it's going to be terrible. And then you start to spiral. You see the energetic difference there? So this is where it takes practice. This is where you have to ask them for confirmation. This is where you have to take time to get to know them, because it's a relationship. It's a relationship just like it is a relationship with anybody else. So ask them those yes/no clarifiers. Look in my folder about talking to your spirit guides, because I've got lots of other suggestions in there. But you have to take time to develop the trust and understand the energy behind that, okay? And it's okay to do it with lots of little things too. It doesn't always have to be big decisions. Practice. That's all you need to do.